Okay. Let's take a look. Apologies, my internet cut out again. This is starting to get really annoying, to be honest with you. All right, let's see. Is this going to work? Let's see if this is working. Okay, I think this is working. I'm so sorry. Time to upgrade the internet. Hey, Beverly. Hey there. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. I hope you didn't get caught up in that internet connection kerfuffle. Thanks for popping. Actually, let me move this around a little bit. Just realized that we've got a bit of an issue here. Let me take a look. There we go. There's Beverly. Hey, Beverly. Nice to see ya. Thanks for joining me. Okay. All right. So back where I was before the internet cut out. This is the Boxing Day weekly spread, mainly pen only. This was last week's spread, and I used a little bit of color. I literally only took about 5 or 6 different markers and pens with me, and yeah, I didn't have a lot to play with, so I just kind of made it work with what we had on the fly. We had a couple of stormy days, so I decided to sit out on the balcony and just plan while I was watching the storm roll in. It was really super pretty. Check out my Instagram. Nice to meet you too, Beverly. Is it your first time watching the channel? Let me know. Okay. Yeah, so I was using a little bit more color. I'm not sure I love how this came out. I think it was a little bit too heavy on the color. So, and I need to finish out my sleep tracker. I'm kind of liking having the sleep tracker here, but let's pop in here. There we go. So I'm kind of liking having the sleep tracker in here, and I like having the tasks along the side. I actually have to go through and fix this up. So pack for the trip, we did that. We tidied the house. I finished the 2022 reflections. I'm doing this one now, and I've got to work through some of the other bits and pieces here. So this actually works out really well. I've got a couple of things I'm going to have to carry over. So this is kind of good because you can see what carries over into the next week. This is what this week's spread looks like now. So let's pull this out because we're going to do this. I was scrolling and saw your live. Well, I'm really glad. Let me add to the broadcast. So, move this around a little bit. There we go. So she was scrolling around and saw the live. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found me and you joined me. Are you a planner? Just came from my craft room to find my personal planners. That is cool. That is cool. What are you using this year? Let me know. And Ava is in the chat as well. Found the new stream. So glad to see you. Glad you managed to get across. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to move this back down. Okay, cool. So I've just pulled out this week's spread, and I'm going to flip over to my calendar section because I want to look at two different things. So this is my custody schedule for the year. It's already been kind of pre-agreed and pre-arranged with Stephen, who's my ex-husband, and Haley, who is Brett's ex-wife, with all the kids. So we've already got all of this organized. I'm going to pull this out as well, just to have for reference. And then I have my January future planning spread. So all of this went into, where am I? I'm still getting my bearings around the new planner. So everything from the future planning spread came in here. Let me just move some things around. I think this is going to have to stay here. Thank you, Ava. I'm really loving it too. She arrived this week while I was in Queensland, and we were lucky the dog sitter brought it in so it didn't get caught up in any of those storms. But she's absolutely beautiful. I hope you got to check out the walkthrough I did at the beginning of this, or the original, the original stream. Anyway, back into here. So everything from my future planning spread, including the custody, got transferred into here. So it means I can now look at this. I don't know why I pulled this out. I should know better. I really should know better. Let me put this back in because, as I said, I've already put it into my monthly spread. So I shouldn't need to add anything else. The only thing I do need to add to here is that today I made a follow-up appointment for my nails. So that's going to go... What was my colour? I got my key code. So I've changed all the colours around for this year, and I'm still getting my bearings on all of this. So I'll put this here. My stuff... might use this nice green colour. So I'm going to use the Zig Colour Dot Single, and this is in the colour Pale Moss. Yes, Beverly, that's a personal size. This one's definitely a personal. What are you using? Oh no, you said earlier it was a personal you were using. What brand are you using? So this one is the Zig Clean Color Dot Single, and it's single because it's only one-sided, as opposed to the other ones that you may have seen around of the Zigs that are dual tipped. So you've got the dot on this side, and then you've got a writing nib on this side, and it's a plastic nib. They actually work really, really well. All right, so I'll put those to the side. I'm not going to use them yet. So this one comes in a pack of 6. I haven't been able to find this anywhere to buy on its own. One thing I'd forgotten to write down for today, which I'm going to put in just for posterity, and I've got next week's nail appointment. So today was 10 a.m. and I'm using my Uni Jetstream. I can't speak at the moment. Jetstream in 0.05. 0.5. Need more coffee. All right, 0.5. Nobody tell anybody that I'm using a ballpoint voluntarily, because I'm a little bit mortified in myself, but it writes so nicely. It's so cleanly. And I'd forgotten how nice it is to be able to just write and then highlight over the top without having to worry about the smearage. So I may have converted back to a ballpoint, but don't tell anybody. Okay, on the 21st, I've got 12 p.m. nail appointment, so I'll be able to reference that when I come back here. So this week we're going to be planning from the 9th to the 15th. I'm back at work tomorrow, Yay for me. I've got my niece slash goddaughter's 13th birthday on Tuesday. The kids are all still on school holidays, but we don't have them until Friday. We get them all back on Friday afternoon. And it's my stepdaughter Ella's birthday on Saturday. Other than that, we have nothing planned. Probably going to need to go back to school shopping with Kira, maybe Chloe as well on this weekend in here. And Kira's asked for a haircut, so gonna get that all arranged. But until I have that scheduled, I'm not gonna pop that in here just yet. But yeah, stuff to look at. All right, so I'm gonna put this up. Let me move some things around. Move the old lip clips because I'm not going to use them. Move all of this out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to have this over here to reference. All of my pens in here. Now, the one thing, I'm not used to having a personal size. I'm usually in a B6 or a personal wide, and I'm finding it really hard to get used to the smaller size. So, yeah, you'll find that I'm using quite a few more fold outs in here than what I was in previous. Actually, I've never used a fold out insert up until now. So, yeah, let's take a look. So, Monday, I'm back at work. So, I'm going to use this color here. I'm back at work tomorrow, and then I've got 2 birthdays for this week. What color did I use for Aiden's birthday? Because it was his birthday the other day. On the 2nd. Use the blue grey color. Where is it? Can somebody see it? You're all probably going, I can see it. It's right in front of you. I believe you. Not those ones. Where is it? Nope. It's not in here. Don't tell me I've lost it. I know I was using it just last night. Nope, not in there. Oh, no, it didn't fall. Not happy, Jan. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I really want to use that color. It's not in any of my other ones. No, that's my cleaner. I know I was using it yesterday. That annoys me. Okay. Moving on. So I'm going to use this one then, the oatmeal. So this is the oatmeal. It's another single. It came from, so both of these came from the mild smoky set. Like I said, I've only been able to find these in a set of 6. If anyone knows where to get these as individual markers, please, I would love to hear about it. Because there are certain colors that I want to get, but I don't want to buy the full set if I don't have to. I've got a question from Ava. Ava, I hope I'm actually pronouncing that properly, and I'm not mispronouncing your name for some reason. Let me get this. I don't know why this is doing what it's doing. There we go. Try to fit it all in. There we go. All right, so do I like the personal wide better? I'm in a personal, but I'm waiting on my personal wide to get here. It's too soon to tell, to be honest with you, Ava. Yeah, it's too soon to tell. I I like the space of the personal wide slash B6. It's basically the same height as this, but it's a little bit wider. I just feel like I have more space, and I've got fairly chunky writing. Um, and even using a .4 planner, that feels too heavy for these little pages. So I'm still in transition. Let's just say that I'm gonna give this at least 2 months, unless it flat out doesn't work for me. I'm gonna give it at least 2 months to see how this is working out for me. I may end up back in a personal wide or B6, to be honest with you, but I needed something more compact. So I actually needed something I would carry around in my handbag, in my work bag, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite a big step up in the size to go to B6 or personal wide. So I live in hope. Um, I think if you're moving into a personal wide, you'll probably find it a little bit easier. If anything, like you'll just have more space to deal with everything, which is really great. Unfortunately, my life has not gotten any simpler, which means I've got to find more creative ways to use to get everything in without having more space. So I hope that answered your question. Holidays, that's right. All right, so I'm going to use the oatmeal. If anyone knows um, where to get these as singles, I would love to know. So we've got Marissa's birthday. Yeah, and we've got Ella's birthday on the 14th. And I don't have any, you know what? I'm just going to doodle in. I'm going to make this a pen only spread, I think. Oh, Brett's just getting back from dropping the kids back to their mum's place. Hey, baby.
Hi. You still?
Yes, I'm still. Cool. All right, so I've got Marissa's birthday, Ella's birthday. Friday we'll be doing kid pickups. So I'm gonna use this color. Color code be damned, right? So I'll pick up the kids. We'll figure it out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write it down first, and then I'm gonna highlight. Just because I've noticed that the pen's been a little bit funny on it. Okay, so 5 p.m. I'll pick up girls. Probably be picking them. Actually, no. You know what will probably happen? Because Stephen will probably drop them off on his way through to work. So it'll be a 7:30 a.m. drop off. Everything works a little bit different on school holidays. Okay, so Stephen will drop off girls in the morning, and then Brett will go and pick up Aiden and Ella in the afternoon. Okay, that looks a little bit better. There we go. All right, so what else did we have? So we had the kids, and this is part of what I'm trying to work out with this new layout, because I'm using a different layout than what I was using last year, where I normally had everything horizontal Monday to Friday on this side, and I had Saturday, Sunday here. So I've just tried to, maybe I've changed too much too quickly, but I might end up going back to that layout before the end of the month. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. I just don't know how to mark the custody in, because I used to, let's see if I can show you. Actually, no, it won't be in there because I didn't do any planning last month, and I can't find my archives. I'll get it out for another time. But I used to do a coloured line. Actually, that might be what I do. that might be exactly what I do. It just looks a little bit different. It's funny how as a planner, your brain just naturally gravitates to a certain format. And when you change it up, it just messes with your view of the world. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to do this. So it's the same green that I used on my monthly. I'm just going to give that a second to dry because as soon as I moved the ruler up here, it smeared a little bit. Now, the color I'm using is the mild liner. This is the mild olive, and this is one of the 2022 collection colors. So that one's really, really nice. I'm trying to think. I think that one's only available as part of the set, at least in Australia. So I bought this one through Bungaboo, which is a seller in Melbourne. Again, really great shipping. Prices are pretty good. Shipping's really quick. So that's for that one. Now, I'll put Kid Week. All right, so that will run through there. Now, in the afternoon, it's normally around about 3 o'clock. Brett will take Aiden and Ella back home. Okay. Which one did I use? Oh, I didn't let you know what this one is. So this one's the mild liner. This one's the mild beige. So again, another 2022 collection mild liner. Okay, so everything to do with the kids is kind of in this color. We've got the custody in. That was pretty much it in terms of what I had next week, which is probably pretty good. Now, things that I need to carry over from last week in terms of tasks. So, pop that over here. I'll bring this over. Okay, now what I do like to do is I use my Zig Clean Color Dot. This is from the original colors. I think they were the original colors. This one's platinum. You can buy this one as a single, as in you can buy it on its own without having to get it as part of a pack. So this one, this is the platinum color. It is one of my favorite colors, to be honest with you. There is a new gray color as part of this set, the Mold Smoky set, but it's the one I can't find for some reason, which is horrible and devastating because it's one of my favorite colors at the moment. So I'll have to find it. So in terms of, no, that's not last week. In terms of priorities, I have to follow up on my flight center refund for that accommodation. And the reason why I dot it, it's a couple of reasons. One, I like the color. Two, if it's a task that runs across a couple of lines, I don't put a dot in there, so it actually kind of visually separates it for me. The other thing I need to do is my 2023 goals. Okay, and I need to sort out my New Zealand tickets. So when I booked these tickets, I booked it in my maiden name, which is the name I'm currently using. My passport is in my old married name. And at the time, because I bought the tickets in like August-ish scenario. At the time, I was like, oh, I've got plenty of time. I'll get my passport reorganized. I didn't write it down, did I? I didn't put it anywhere. I forgot all about it. I happened to pull out our tickets and everything last week, just before we left for Queensland, because I wanted to lock in all the different accommodations and activities and stuff that we were going to do in New Zealand. and I quickly double checked the flight tickets to see what time we were leaving, and realized that my name was my maiden name. Now, if you're in Australia, you'll know passport renewals are currently taking at least 6 weeks. You can't get them expedited unless you rock up at the passport office, and even then, you're not guaranteed to get it back quickly enough. And we were literally just about to go to Queensland for a week, so I wasn't going to be able to do anything with it until tomorrow, effectively, because they're closed on the weekends. Now, I'm just lucky that Brett's ex-wife is the one that booked our flights for us. She works for Flight Centre, and very quickly gave her a call. Was like, oh, can I change my name? Very, very lucky. I might be able to change the name on the ticket to match the passport. Anyway, I got to get that sorted out this week, because if I can't change the name on the ticket, then I'll have to go and get my passport renewed very quickly, because we leave in 2 weeks. Yay. Gotta love the last minute dramas, and this is why we write things down. Anyway, so Air New Zealand name change, and I've got a deal. It's not quite a priority, so edit and post. Jan, play with me. Okay, so that's a task, and I also need to do a couple of things. So we need to do, so Kira got her stationery list for school for this year, so I've got to go and do an Officeworks order. Back to school Officeworks for her. I'm just going to get all the main bits and pieces, and then I'll take her to go and pick out whatever pen she likes. She's not as picky about her pens and stationery as I am, so it'll probably be an easy one. And then I need to book in her hair appointment. So once I get that booked in, then that'll give me an idea of what's happening in this weekend in here, because we'll want to take the kids out to do something free. This holiday was very expensive. Last minute accommodation changes in peak season. Yeah, fun. Anyway. Alright. So, I've got all that in. I'm going to set up my sleep tracker because I really, really like that. And the other thing that I wanted to do, let me just move this across so that I can see how I did it, because I've been liking how I've done it. Okay, so I'm using the olive colour. I'm really vibing this olive colour this year. I blame the block with the tree change season this year. Kira and I always get really into the block, and there was just really nice earthy colours and olives and sage and all of that, and it kind of, yeah, it gave me a bit of the bite. So that's kind of why I've moved over to this kind of colour scheme. So because my aim, I'm not going to say, I should say goal, because it really is a goal, but I haven't done my yearly goals just yet. So anyway, my goal is to get between 7 and 8 hours sleep every night. That seems to be what works the best for me these days. But I just need to concentrate, because otherwise I'll either not put enough. 1, 2, there we go. Yeah, I thought it was a bit short. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 5 plus 1. Yeah, 40. So, sorry, doing quick math in my head. Okay. So, as much as I need 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, I don't always get to do it. So, I'm just going to start tracking how often I actually do it, and I want to do that on paper. Now I do have the health app on my phone and my watch, and all the things, but I just find that I keep myself more accountable when I have to write it down. Okay, so we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. I got that right. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that'll be my sleep tracker for the week. And because I want the aim to be between 7 and 8 hours, I just mark in this line here at the 7.5 hour mark, and that's kind of like the official goal line. Now, there we go. Okay, so that just tells me how often I'm actually hitting that goal. Yeah. Okay, now I've got that done. Now the only other thing I want to do is I want to quickly check my inbox and just see if there's anything in here that I need to bring down. Okay, organising your Medicare card, that can be sometime this month. That's not a big deal. Aircon regas. I didn't pull it out. Babe, you can come through if you want to. Pop this in here. I don't lose track of it. And I'm just going to tuck this one in so I can quickly flick around if I need to. Okay. Ava, couldn't agree with you more. It's about the same amount of sleep as I need to. Yep, 100%.